Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg here again with a quick update of what's on my bench. Not a great deal, to be honest, but there's something. So we've me and Matt from Matt's Hills Scale Models, excuse me, are doing a buddy build on this, the Meng Panther. Nice kit. A couple of little things that could be better, to say the least, or slightly tinkered with the tracks for one. But we'll get to that bit when I show you how far I've got. So I say it's the Meng Panther, the new Meng Panther 135 scale. So I shall bring in as far as I've got at the moment. Let me just lift this camera up a little bit. There we go. As you can see, I'll just move these little bits out of the way. Give it a pointy stick, couldn't I? I'll just use one of these on these bent ones. As you can see, I've so far, these are all separate. The lower hull are all separated at the moment. They're not, it says, they're not together at the moment, because obviously I have the tracks to put on. But let me just pop this back. Where does this one come from? Here. So none of these are fastened in yet, just got them there at the moment. So let's have a run through where we are. So we'll start with the top hull. So all I've done with this at the moment is primed it with the red oxide paint first, and then I didn't use Netto black this time. I used, let me find it again, as normal, we're not organised. I just used the AK black primer. It's the first time I've used it. I thought I'd all about it, so I thought I'd give it a whirl, and it's straight from the bottle. So if it seems to work pretty well, and it goes down nicely, and it's AK-178 if anybody's interested in it. So it was the first time I used it. Quite impressed with it, to be honest. And then I did the same again. I used the highlight coat, which I don't usually do on a tri-tank, but I thought I'd try it and see if it does make any difference or not. And for the white, I used the AK white primer, which is AK-177, and that came straight from the bottle as well, so which was good. So most of the upper deck has been complete, apart from the the Pioneer tools and the tracks and things like that on the ends. Most of all the other stuff is on there. The plate, these are actually metal, these. So as you can see, I've twisted some of them. Let me see if you can see better from along there. I say I've twisted some of them for damage, battle damage. And underneath the actual Zimmerit, which is a pain in the bum, to be perfectly honest, it goes down beautifully. Fit is fantastic, but as soon as it starts to dry, it just lifts. So I finished up putting it down with super glue in the end, and it works fine. It's just a pain in the bum to get it to settle down to start with. And so that was on top of the red primer, sorry, by the way. So when I peel some of the little bits of Zimmerit off, it'll show the red primer once I've give it the its base coat, which will be next. So that's as far as that's concerned. So that can be just left there for now. And the low hull, well, the low hull's as normal. I've just again, I've just put a few just to test. I tested underneath there just to see if it was going to go like the white. And this is one of the things I'm really not happy with the Meng. These are very, these suspension arms are very, very, very weak. The wheels are too tight of a fit, so I'm going to have to file every single one down. You can see I've actually broken one there, but luckily I've got enough left on it to attach the wheel. I say these are all fine, they're all fit, these are perfectly fine, which when you come to putting the wheels on, you struggle because they're so tight, so you can't keep putting them off and on like you normally would do, because you're frightened to break in the suspension arms. So I've gone around and filed them slightly, so I'm going to take some more off now, and then I can put the wheels back on and put the tracks and things like that. That's on both. That's one of my little things about this kit, is the these could be made stronger. Really could be made stronger, but it's just one of those things, I suppose. Can't have everything, but say they're up at the, you know, it isn't a bathtub hole. It's pretty solid when it's put together. I say the rear is quite nice. Got all the Zimmer it again. Let me see if I can bring this light farther back. Let me just move that out the way. So it's quite nice. There's the jack, and there's a few little bits and pieces still to go on there yet. And see, I haven't left. You can see where the Zimmer it. These are, but these are hatches to get inside these fuel drums, I presume they are. So I've left them like that because they are quite rough. I've been looking at a few pictures online of the late Panthers, and some of the Zimmer is really in a bad condition. So I thought, instead of filling it and making it look too neat, it'll just do as wear and tear, general wear and tear on it. So I've just left them bits. But so the Zimmer fitted perfectly. It wouldn't stay down no matter if you put microsol, microset, Mark V strong. It just wouldn't settle at all. So there again, once I've sprayed all this, I'm going to pick some of this off again as battle damage, but you might not see as much underneath here with the once you've got the side skirts on and that. But yeah, underneath, I'm just messing around at the bottom with the paint to start with, a tow bar on and things like that. There's five different versions you can make with this kit, which is quite nice. Right, so I've also, we'll get the turret first, haven't we? And the turret's fairly straightforward. There's everything to go on there yet. There's the machine gun, aerials, other bits and pieces. This is a metal barrel that comes with the kit. That's quite nice. Where we are? There we go. Oh, that's quite nice. Just a plastic muzzle you take off. Slide moulded muzzle, which is quite good. So it just sits on the end, which is really good. Plus you get a slide moulded turret as well. So I've got a Panther that isn't a slide moulded turret, so I'll use it on that one. So that's that really on there. The one I'm making has a ditching log in case it gets in there, so it's quite nice. This is you know, it's made up of all the pieces, but the wood is quite nice. The actual engraving in the plastic is really quite nice. It needs to be weathered a bit yet, it's a bit too shiny, but you know, generally speaking it does look like wood. So that just sits on the back of the you know, on the back of there with the I'll put a bit of chain on things on there. I also just built this afternoon is the obligatory buckets that goes on, but as you can see these have got focus photo etch on the buckets. There's two buckets. There's that bucket and this is more of like a, I don't know, well, it was a bucket. Let me just see where that's gone to. I bet you the I'll have to find it now. Yeah, I'll have to find that in a bit. The handle for that bucket. What a shame, but I'll sort of find it shortly. It shouldn't be too far away. I should be able to see it. I shall check that shortly. So there's two buckets. Right, there's the jack here, which is done. That needs to be that all needs to be weathered and primed, whatever colour it is. I think it's just going to be the same colour as the base colour of the tank. So, and there's a few bit of track left in there, and this is a part for the machine gun, and obviously the shackles in there as well. So I'll just keep them there. Let's just move that across there a second. The wheels are all already done in my expensive spray booth. So I've just basically done all these. I've just same colour again, the black and the white technique, and then I've got the circular disc, the mask thing, so I can spray them the colour and leave the edge for the black for the tyre. So they're all ready to go as well. Put them back in there. And for this, there's tracks as well. Let me see. These were a pain in the bottom to do. They really, really were. I don't know if you can't quite see them, can you? These took me a long time to do. I think Matt will agree they're a ball ache. All these are guide arms. Has to be put in individually, and you have to get them as vertical as possible, otherwise your wheels won't go in between and they'll just won't fit, basically. They go together quite nicely. You know, the actual track goes together quite nicely. It's just this ball ache of these bloody I'm losing it tonight. Guide arms, and they've got the hollow guide arms as well, which is quite nice as well. So, but yeah, so I've had to add another bit of a track on this one for some reason. I had a spare one, so they're done. They're primed in the same black as the tank, so they're ready to go. And once I'm going to give them a wash from a track wash, or I might even just spray them with my own track wash. And to go with the kit for the figures, I got these off the Alibaba site. Everybody knows what they are. I've got 2 resin figures, 2 tank commanders. Well, 1 tank commander and obviously either a radio operator or something. But these, I have to say, are fantastic. Quality on them really is nice. Sorry about the dirty fingers, but yeah. So that's that one. There's one with a torso and one with obviously with the sitting. You can see the folds in the trousers, and you know that looks quite nicely in there. Obviously this all has to come off. And then we have the other one. Again, the detail is really quite nice. How thin the shirt collars are, really nicely moulded. Spot on with the sag of the shirt underneath the arms. So obviously we have the boots for the one with the not going to see them though, but they're there. So let's have a look in the other back of the bag. I think I paid these were about £6 including delivery, so for resin figures that's unheard of. Obviously I know a few of the lads know about this site and have used it, and it's well worth. It may take a little bit of time to come, but they're well worth the effort. And then we have 2 heads. Let's have a look, see if I can get that. The figures, the heads are fantastic. Again, the detail on the faces and the actual hat. Let's bring them in there a bit better. As you can see, they're really nice. So obviously that's a radio or a gunner or something like that. And then we have the commander, the tank commander, which is the same again. Detail is lovely, his hat is fantastic. Nice facial expressions as well, not the same generic face expressions like you get on some kits, so that's nice as well. And then obviously we have the arms. So look at the, there's a little bit of clean up on them, but not a great deal. Look at the sleeve, how it's rolled, and the actual forearm as well. It's really nicely detailed. Just a little bit of clean up around the fingers, but that shouldn't take too much to do. So they're all like that. So I say there's only 2 figures, but that one has a pistol pouch to go on there as well. So generally, it's, for £6 for 2 resin figures, and the quality isn't bad at all. It really isn't. So this is the second lot of resin figures. I've got the Fury set. all 5 figures, and I think I paid, was it $10.75 or $10.25, and they're just as good a quality as these. So they're really nice. So I'm not a brilliant figure painter, but you know, I thought I'd just try and do some resin figures, see what I can do with them. So things are moving along nicely. I'm sure Matt will be doing the same. I'm sure he'll be cracking on with his as well. So I'll say the next thing for me with this is to give it its base coat. It's the German yellow, dark yellow. So I'm going to like it slightly dark, slightly lighter, because it's a bit too dark for what I need, I think, by looking at the colours. So that will go back in the box with the Panther. So I think that is about it where we are at the moment with the Panther. So it's been a slow jog. I've had quite a busy couple of weeks really, and with one thing and another. So it hasn't. I haven't been sort of spending much time with the bench recently, but now it's starting to get back to some normality. So that's about it, I think. I don't think there's anything else at the moment. So I'd just like to thank my subscribers, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this small update. So this is Greg signing off, and we shall see you soon.